Hi everyone, today's exercise of the day is called head to the wall leg yielding. This is an exercise you can do in the walk and the trot and in the canter for more advanced horses. So I'm going to go over it slowly in each gait. I like to start in the walk to explain this to the horse. So the horse is going down the long side to the left in this case, and the horse is bent to the outside, so to the right here. And then you're using your outside leg to ask the horse to keep his head towards the wall and cross his hind legs in towards the arena. But his front legs will continue to walk straight down the wall and not leg yield all the way in off the track. It's a little bit like beginning a turn on the forehand and then continuing that first step of a turn on the forehand all the way down the long side. And horses often struggle with this a little bit at first because they get a little confused as to where you want them to go. So I like to leave a little space away from the boards because otherwise in my arena, sometimes they just step out. Or if you had a real wall, they get a little claustrophobic. So leave a little space away from the boards. And this is one of the only leg yields that we really bend the horse quite a bit in the neck. So I'm bending him here to the left, then using my left leg to ask his left hind leg to cross over his right hind leg. Now we're going to look at it in the trot. I like to do it in kind of a small trot. So this is not the biggest, fanciest trot in the world. And I always straighten the horse before the corner, not going through the corner crooked. This can be done in the sitting trot or the rising trot. I find it easier in sitting trot. If you're going to do it in rising trot, you want to change to the wrong posting diagonal. So here I'm bending him right. I'm asking his haunches to come in off the track, and I'm asking for a little bit less angle than I did in the walk, but it's still a fair amount of angle. Of course, the more advanced the horse, the more angle you can ask for. And then when I'm ready to change direction, I try a more traditional leg yield from the center line out, but still in this smaller trot where I want him to really go sideways. And then I'll allow him to go a little bit more forward for a moment, refresh the trot, and then we'll try it in the other direction. Almost every horse is going to have one direction that this is easier than the other. They are a little bit right-handed or left-handed just like we are. So this horse finds it a little bit harder to cross his left hind over his right. And he also needs to really reach his right hind into the arena if he's going to cross over. So that's what he finds a little bit tricky this direction. His right shoulder and his right hind get a little stuck onto his body, and he doesn't want to abduct them and take them into the arena. So that's the point of this exercise, is to teach him a little bit better coordination for adduction and abduction of his limbs. Then we're going to do another traditional leg yield where I do not bend him a lot in the neck as we change direction. And then again, refresh the trot a little bit forward so that you don't stifle the gaits for too long with this exercise. This can be done in the canter, but the horse needs to be very confirmed in the straightness of the canter before I would do this. So this is not an exercise I would do with a training or first level horse. Beginning in second level and then into third level, I do like this exercise, but the way that I do it in canter is to ask for just a few steps, 2 to 3 strides, pushing the haunches in and flexing the horse a little bit to the outside, and then I let them be for a few strides, and then I ask again. If I were to really bend him left, he might do a flying change left, which would be understandable. So I only give him a little flexion left, and then I push his haunches in for a few strides just to try to open up his hind legs a little bit more. See if I could get him to understand that he can open his hind legs up a little bit more. And then instead of doing the leg yield from the center line out, I like to do it then from the track in, and then I can turn back into the true canter, or I could do a flying change if the horse knows that. So this direction is a little bit easier for the horse. He likes to be crooked with his haunches in this way. So that's why I say I would never do this until I know I can make the horse straight. And I'm going to come out of the corner straight, and I'm going to finish going back into the short side straight. I don't want him to be haunches in on his own. I want him to be straight, and then I'll flex him right, push his haunches in for a few strides, try to tip him farther under with his hind legs, and then leave him alone again, and then make him straight at the end. When I leg yield him in this direction, I want to see if I can ask also for just a few strides that are a little extra sideways. And this horse is sort of in between second and third level, so this is new to him, but he's trying really hard here. That I get a couple more sideways steps, and then I straighten him and I go back into the true canter. So try this out with your horse. Let us know what you think. This can be a little bit of a tricky exercise to begin with, but I find it very helpful to get more range of motion through the horse's hind legs and to really get them listening to your leg to go sideways. Thanks, and please subscribe for more videos.